gazebo on. We're going to have a wood walkway out here in the beautiful little yard, and take you through it step by step. The first thing that I had to learn when I started out in the business was really not estimating. Of course, that is a big part of it. You know, sit down, break down how much you're going to have, and allow 10%. But one of the fatal mistakes that I made early on, over and over again, is I would forget the time that it took to go get the materials. That is, load up a trailer, air up the tires, drive into town, go in there, load up all those materials, put them on the trailer, strap it all down, and bring it back, walk it into the places you're working on. So whenever you're doing it, say if you're doing it for somebody, or if you're doing it for yourself, you need to allow that much time. This is probably an hour and a half altogether, moving it around. So, but other times you got to go another hour to the job, sometimes 2 hours. So you might have 5-6 hours with 2 guys, 3 guys. But all that time you didn't put in. So you need to be careful. Now, when it comes to building 12 by 12 with a dress-up sides, I'm going to cover the ends. You have to allow. Then in reality, it'll be 3 1/8, 3 1/4 smaller because the boards are 1 1/2 inch, and 5/8. So it'd be 3 1/8, 3 1/8 would be 6 1/4 smaller than 12 foot is what we're going to cut the runners. So keep that in mind when you're doing it yourself. You got to allow for the outside. This is going to have the frame, and then it's going to have a dress-up board to cover the ends around it to dress up nice. I have the boards running this way. So I have to make the framework go this way. And instead of doing on 2-foot center, I'm doing 16-inch center. It's just a little more cost for a lot more strength. So here we are. You gotta remember, allow for the wrap around it. And that's gonna be 3 inches. But let's say that I'm gonna have the board going this way first. So I allow 1 1/2 inch pass to the outside, then center of the first one would be 16. If you notice, I have both sides, so they'll both be prepared at the same time. That's the center. So if the board is 1 1/2 inch, then it'll be 3/4 back. And then 1 1/2 inch is the width. So now we're dead center, and we're on 16-inch, and then from that point, mark an X where it is, and then I go 16 inches from the side, which is the same as center to center, side to side. And then I'll mark which side it goes: 16, 32, 48. Four, 80, 96, 112, 128. Okay, so yeah. Back 1 1/2 inch. Then I gotta allow for, all said and done, 6 1/8. So 1 1/2 inch is 4 5/8. Okay. Cut that part off. Measure twice, cut once. Now if you notice, I made these marks. I had this speed square here. I can do both at the same time. You can do it with a framing square the same. And a plastic one works just as good. It's just not quite as fancy, not quite as professional. It'll work. I'm marking where the stud goes so that you can see it. Alright, there it is. We're gonna start setting it all up. Alright, what we did was, everything's on 16-inch centers like I said, and it probably cost $15 more to do it on 16-inch centers as opposed to 2 foot. Since we're wrapping everything, making it look pretty so the edges are not showing, I want it to be uniform, so I put this board behind there, and he wanted it fastened against or up against the fence. And then we put all kinds of supports underneath this so that it won't bounce when we put the wood on it. And if you see, there's a lot of bricks around because we don't have beams to support. So we're ready to now start laying the boards across on with a space of the thickness of a pencil, and we're laying it this way instead of this way because I figured he'd be looking for the living room and see, and his deck will look longer with the floor joist, the floor cover going this way, whereas it went this way, it kind of looks shorter. Also, we're going to have the walkway boards going this way also, so it kind of look all uniform and big from the living room. So that's what we're going to do. We're building this to have a 10 foot by 10 foot metal gazebo. And everything's done with screws. It's like I was telling, he was saying, it's proof that I screw off all day long. Doing 3 screws per. Trying to keep the gap pretty even. And usually this tightens it up big time. But we're coming together. I'll show you some pictures as we go along. Like yesterday, but people were playing on it as quick as we got finished. But this is the finished product. He has a dress-up board on the outside. All the boards are screwed off. We added a little runner to the steps. But here it is. This is what they're going to have for a gazebo. That'll be on another video.